Last week, I wanted to launch a simple SaaS product. The idea itself wasn't complicated. A tool that takes a YouTube video and instantly turns it into an SEO-optimized blog post. The problem? Actually building it. Normally, I'd need a developer, maybe a designer, possibly a backend engineer, and a budget that could easily reach thousands of dollars. Instead, I decided to hand the entire project to an AI agent. No coding, no technical setup, just one prompt. And honestly, I wasn't sure if it would work. So let's see what happened. Coming up with ideas has never been the hard part. So for this experiment, I wanted to see how much of that process could be handled by AI. That's where Verdant 2.0 comes in. Instead of acting like a coding assistant, it's designed to function more like an AI technical co-founder. So I gave it a project and let it take over. Here's the idea: a web app that takes a YouTube link and converts the video into a structured blog article. Something creators could use to repurpose content. Something agencies could potentially offer as a service. And something that's actually useful in the real world. The goal wasn't to build a fancy demo. The goal was to build something people could actually use. So I opened Verdant and typed, build a web app that takes a YouTube link, extracts the transcript, and converts it into an SEO-optimized blog post with headings, keywords, formatting, and export functionality. And that's it. No wireframes. No architecture diagrams. No documentation. Just a description of what I wanted. Then I hit enter. A few seconds later, Verdant started mapping out the entire project. And this was the first moment that caught my attention. Instead of immediately generating code, it started planning. Transcript extraction, content generation, backend logic, database structure, front-end interface, export functionality, error handling, testing, basically the same planning stage a development team would normally go through before writing code. Except this happened automatically. And I could watch the entire workflow being organized in real time. Once the plan was complete, the build process started. And this is where things got interesting. You can actually watch Verdant work through the project step by step, creating components, building the interface, connecting APIs, generating backend logic, running tests, fixing issues when they appear. What's interesting isn't that it's writing code. Lots of AI tools can generate code. What's interesting is that it keeps moving through the entire workflow on its own. I wasn't constantly feeding instructions. I wasn't breaking the project into tiny tasks. It already understood the objective and continued working toward it. It felt much closer to managing a project than manually coding one. While everything was running, I could monitor the project through Pulse. This gives a clear view of what's happening behind the scenes. I could see tasks currently in progress, completed tasks, dependencies, errors, and overall project status. Instead of wondering what the AI is doing, you can actually follow the entire workflow as it unfolds. For larger projects, this visibility becomes incredibly useful because you always know where things stand. One thing I liked is that I didn't need to sit there and supervise every step. While the system continued executing tasks, I could focus on other work, answer emails, work on content, handle other projects. And the build process kept moving forward. It felt less like using software and more like assigning work to a team member and checking back later. Eventually, the project was ready. So let's test it. Here's the application Verdant built. We paste in a YouTube link. The transcript gets processed. The content gets analyzed. And a few moments later, we get a complete blog article. Not just raw text, an actual structured post. With headings, SEO formatting, keyword integration, readable sections, and export-ready content. This is the point where the project stops being an idea and becomes a real product. And that's ultimately what matters. Of course, building version 1 is only part of the process. Most products need improvements, new features, design changes, bug fixes. Another thing I found useful is that Verdant can connect with tools already used in modern workflows. Things like GitHub, Supabase, Notion, Stripe, and other services. So the project doesn't have to stay isolated. It can become part of a larger operational workflow. which is especially useful if you're building actual products instead of experiments. Another interesting aspect is that you're not tied to a single machine. You can communicate with Verdant through channels like Slack and Telegram. So if you're away from your desk, the project doesn't necessarily stop moving. Updates, requests, tasks, and changes can continue while you're focused elsewhere. What stood out to me wasn't the code, and it wasn't the interface. It was the speed of execution. For this experiment, I started with a simple concept, a YouTube to blog SaaS tool. And instead of manually building it, I handed the project to Verdant and watched the workflow unfold from planning to execution. If you're curious about AI-powered product development and want to see what Verdant can do for your own projects, you can check out the link below. I'd also love to know, what product would you build if execution was no longer the bottleneck? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.